We're here at the Cereals 2017 site. We're on the Niab stand and I'm talking to Bill Clark. So we're looking at the season we just had. It started off quite cool and then it moved wet. So what does that mean disease-wise for the crops?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it lulled people into a false sense of security. So early on, when it was dry, people were talking about it being a low disease year. It's true, it was a relatively low disease pressure, but as you say, when the season changed and it got a bit cooler and we finally got some rain, that septoria did move up, and we've now got crops here way beyond, the normal T3 spray, but have got septoria right up on leaf 2 and even on the flag leaf. So that septoria has still managed to get through these crops.
And do you think if growers have cut back too much, they may have made a mistake? If they've cut back much below £100 a hectare, is that a mistake in looking back?
Yeah, it often is. When you get into a low disease situation that you think it's a low disease pressure year, the temptation is to cut back. But all the evidence from all our trials shows that on average it's better to spend a bit more than a bit less. And certainly if you're spending less than £100 a hectare, even on unresponsive varieties like Crispin and Siskin, you're probably underspending. And on the more responsive varieties, we're standing with Santiago or Cordial, you probably should be up at the £120, £130 a hectare.
Right.
So it can be false economy cutting back too early, because some diseases like the yellow rust and the brown rust can get away from you.
And here we're in mid-Lincolnshire and the crops have all flowered now. Is there anything the growers should be looking out for? I mean, the Fusarium T3 spray, that timing's gone.
Yeah.
But is there problems ahead?
Yeah. I mean, there can be. Some people who are still growing susceptible yellow rust varieties who've seen some very bad yellow rust. And the yellow rust has been very patchy around the country. But I've seen very bad yellow rust right down from Kent up into where we are now in Lincolnshire. And if you're still growing something like Reflection, you could still get yellow rust jumping up onto the ear. So there shouldn't really be a temptation to stop too early.
Okay, so if you're growing something that's susceptible to yellow rust, brown rust, you should be thinking you might need a T4.
You could well do.
Yeah.
Brown rust as well has come in. It's been warm and dry for the past week or so now, and that brown rust has come in, and that too can get up onto the ear.